are also focusing on some serious issues they say will define this year's election. And one of them, of course, abortion health care. And it has become one of the vice president's central pieces of her presidential campaign. And our next guest is also highlighting the current threat to reproductive rights in his quest for re-election. Joining us now, Democratic Congressman Pat Ryan. He represents New York's 18th district, one of the state's key swing districts. Back in 2022, Ryan scored a narrow victory over his Republican challenger in his congressional race. It was his second win in less than 3 months after claiming a vacant seat in a neighboring House district in a special election earlier that year. Congressman, thank you so much for being with us this morning. Sometimes issues get siloed, and abortion health care sometimes is all too often seen as a woman's issue, and it should be the province of a female candidate to talk about. You're making it clear that is not the case at all.
This is an American issue. I mean, you saw the video that came out yesterday morning from the Harris campaign, which was incredibly compelling. It's an issue of freedom, which is the most universally agreed upon value in the United States of America. You try to take away Americans' freedoms, they stand up, say no way. We saw that in 2022, in my race, as you mentioned, in all these special elections, and we're going to see it again because people have not forgotten how extreme Trump and Vance and Project 2025 and their desire to use this Comstock Act, this antiquated legislation from the 1800s that would allow them to put in place a nationwide abortion ban. So people are on the ground already aware of that, and Vice President Harris is marshaling that energy and putting it in this frame of we are the ones standing up for, fighting for, protecting your freedom, not just reproductive freedom, economic freedom, freedom from gun violence, freedom to breathe clean air. I mean, I'm so energized and excited that she's centering this campaign on freedom.
And certainly post-Dobbs, abortion rights basically undefeated at the ballot box, including in some pretty deep red states. Tell us how you see in your race how it's playing out.
Well, you're exactly right. The vast majority of the American people want their reproductive rights protected, not just women, men, women, people, Americans of all generations. In my special election, every pundit, every pollster, no offense, said we were not going to win this special election. This was back in August of 2022, the first House race after the Dobbs decision. We centered reproductive freedom against all the sort of consensus advice, and we won. And we had such energy, and I feel that same energy now. And Vice President Harris knows that in her gut, in her heart, and to see her bring that forward, it's firing the country up.
And Gene Robinson, it is striking how the word freedom, where so long was a sort of a Republican campaign buzzword, has been absolutely effectively taken by the Harris team and Democrats.
Yeah, I've thought for a long time that progressives and Democrats should take back these words and these symbols of America. They belong to us as much as they belong to the right. And so, yeah, take back the word freedom. Take back the word liberty. Take back the American flag. It's ours. It's not just theirs, and we can't allow them to own it. I do have a question for the congressman, just stepping back for a second. In the Democratic Party's attempt to take back the House of Representatives, New York State is crucial. The Democrats lost a bunch of seats in New York the last time around that they had won before, and that perhaps they should have won in the recent midterm. Are they going to win those seats back again now? What is your sort of gut feeling about how things are going in those New York House races?
I think now, especially in the last few days, from the top of the ticket, certainly in critical House races in New York, across the country, we are on the offensive. And your point is so right that when we lean forward into freedom, into patriotism, these are shared American values that transcend party. And I'm telling you, in my district, this is what people want. They want a future-looking, forward-looking, optimistic, but tough American view of this. That's what we're doing in my race. That's what we're going to do in all these critical New York races. I am confident that we are going to take back the House, hold the Senate, and we are going to have an historic President Kamala Harris.
All right, we'll be watching all of those races, and it will certainly be a fierce fight for the House. Democratic Congressman Pat Ryan of New York, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.